Figure 18, not a right triangle, so it's either law of sines, law of cosines, one angle, law of cosines. So this is law of cosines. Law of cosines is always the c squared piece, because remember the formula is c squared equals the one leg squared plus the other leg squared minus 2 times each of the legs times the cosine of the angle between A and B. C is the piece across from the angle. So this is across from the angle we're trying to find. So it's going to be 14 squared equals 30 squared plus 20 squared minus 2 times 30 times 20 times cosine of theta. Now this problem takes a little bit more because we're trying to find the angle. We got to put all these together. It's not just a simple boom, put the numbers in, get an answer. 14 squared, well, that's 196. That's 900. That's 400. That's 1200. Cosine theta. Now 914, 400 go together to be 1300. So the question becomes, can you put 1300 minus 1200 and say it's 100 cosine theta? No. 1300 is a number. 1200 times cosine, that's like a variable piece. That's unknown. You're multiplying it. And you got to do multiplication before subtraction, so you don't know what that really is there. So we will move the 1300 over to the other side to be with its buddy over that way. When we do that, what do we get there? That's negative 200 away is that, so it's negative 1104. Yeah, that's right. Times cosine of theta. I just simply subtracted 200 and then put 4 back to it. Divide by negative 1200. Ignore that last comment if it didn't make sense. Boom, boom. Okay, that's a negative. We're going to just ignore it. So here's what we basically have. Let's come over here. We have the cosine of theta is equal to, I just took the negatives away because it's the same thing. Negative divided by negative is positive. So how do I get theta by itself? The way I always do. The only way you can ever find an angle, you have to take the arc cosine or the inverse cosine. When you do that, and I did it a little bit earlier, 23.1 degrees is going to be that theta.